dear Minister Dένdias, dear members of the Greek Parliament, dear colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from other Greek ministries and from the diplomatic missions in Athens. Dear Greek friends, скъпи сънародници, честит празник на българската просвета и култура. Every year, on the 24th of May, Bulgaria celebrates the date of Saint Kirill and Saint Methodius. On this day, we celebrate our alphabet, our enlightenment, education, and culture. We pay tribute to the legacy of Saint Kirill and Saint Methodius, who created the first alphabet for the Slavic languages, namely the Glagolitic one. Most importantly, we remember the mission of their followers, who created the Cyrillic alphabet in medieval Bulgaria. This alphabet has preserved the Bulgarian nation through the centuries. It is our contribution to the culture and the free spirit of Europe. Let me recall that in 1980, Kirill and Methodius were declared patron saints of Europe by the late Pope John Paul II, a legendary figure for many of us who have lived a part of their lives under the Iron Curtain. With Bulgaria's accession to the EU on January the 1st, 2007, Cyrillic became the third official alphabet of the European Union, after Latin and Greek. Allow me to mention briefly some historical facts. Kirill and Methodius were Byzantine theologians and missionaries, born in Thessaloniki in the beginning of the 9th century. In 862, they began the work which would prove to be of great historical importance. That year, the Emperor Michael III of Byzantium and Patriarch Photius commissioned them as missionaries to evangelize the Slavs of Great Moravia, the first major state of the Western Slavs to emerge in the area of Central Europe. In 863, Kirill and Methodius began translating the Bible and the Gospels into the language now known as Old Church Slavonic. For this purpose, they devised the Glagolitic alphabet, the first alphabet to be used for Slavonic manuscripts. In 868, Kirill and Methodius went on a historic mission to Rome, where they finally succeeded to convince Pope Adrian II to authorize the use of Slavic language in liturgy. It was a great victory of historic significance because until then the holy books were written only in three languages: Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. Soon after Kirill and Methodius passed away, the new Pope, Stephen V, forbade the Slavonic liturgy in Moravia. As you can see, the then Pope was not so liberal as his successor, Leo XIV, whose pontificate started 1 year ago. I take this opportunity to wish him good health and a long service in the interests of humanity. Back to my main point. The most prominent followers of Kirill and Methodius were forced into exile from Moravia. They reached the borders of the Bulgarian kingdom and were welcomed by the Bulgarian king Boris I. They were commissioned by the king to instruct the future clergy of the state in the Bulgarian language. I'm very sorry for this sound, but the Cyrillic alphabet was created by Kirill's followers in Bulgaria around 890 and was named in his honor. As the Bulgarian kingdom solidified its position in Europe, it entered into centuries-long interaction with the Byzantine Empire. The two powers engaged in several wars, but don't be scared, it was normal in medieval Europe and it will never happen again. But they enjoyed also periods of peace and alliance. In short, Byzantium has had a strong cultural influence on Bulgaria, which led also to the adoption of Christianity from Constantinople in 864. That is how deeply rooted in history are the relations between Bulgarians and Greeks. The history of our relations is very old indeed. We have been neighbors for thousands of years. We have to acknowledge that Bulgaria and Byzantium and later modern Greece have shared a turbulent past, marked by ups and downs, wars and peace, opposing blocs and alliances. One might say it is a miracle that after more than 1,000 years of controversies, today Bulgaria and Greece enjoy such an exemplary level of good neighborly relations. Here I quote the webpage of the Greek Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and this text appeared during the time when the Honorable Mr. Dένδιας was Minister of Foreign Affairs. The truth is that it has taken decades of common efforts even during the Cold War. A lot of goodwill and dedication were needed to overcome the shadows of the past and to build mutual respect, trust and confidence. This is a legacy which we should preserve and build upon, because our good neighborly relations have an enormous potential for the future generations of Greeks and Bulgarians. The words of the great Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard come to mind. You can understand life only looking backwards, but you can live your life only looking forward. We have to deepen our cooperation in order to withstand the adversities of our time. The wars around us have helped us realize more clearly than ever the true potential of our bilateral relations. The economies, the geographies of Greece and Bulgaria are mutually complementary. Bulgaria and Greece, as EU members and NATO allies, represent an axis of stability, an axis of shared values in our challenging regional context. Our countries face similar risks stemming from the war in Ukraine, the continuous challenges to the world order based on international law, the dramatic situation in the Middle East, the migration flows or the impediments to the supply chains, just to name a few. In this context, dear Minister Dένδιας, I would like to express our high appreciation for Greece's prompt response to Bulgaria's request for air defense assistance in the context of the ongoing crisis around Iran and the Middle East in general. Your support was an example of European solidarity. I hear the risks have been gradually reduced, so I really hope the situation stays like this. With common will and joint efforts, our countries can become together a major energy and transport hub in this part of Europe. Crucially, by connecting our ports on the Black Sea with the Greek ports in the Aegean Sea, we can offer a viable alternative to the congested and overburdened Bosphorus Straits. This is not only a trade necessity, but also an imperative in terms of military mobility towards NATO's eastern flank. In Greece, Bulgaria sees one of its closest and strategic partners in Europe. This partnership spans across numerous fields of cooperation, ranging from foreign affairs and regional security, energy and transport, digital connectivity and infrastructure. Our trade exchange has already reached 5 billion euros. Greek investments in Bulgaria are present in a number of sectors, and they are an intrinsic part of our economy. As for the people-to-people contacts, every year more than 2 million Bulgarians visit Greece, and this is the same number of Greeks visiting Bulgaria. This figure speaks for themselves. Let me say here that we have appreciated Greece's continuous support for our membership in Schengen and the Eurozone. It is our common duty to encourage the deepening of mutual trust, confidence, and respect between our two nations. There are many ways to achieve this noble goal. One of them was Bulgaria's participation as the honored country at the Thessaloniki Book Fair in early May. Another will be the first ever performance of the National Theatre of Bulgaria at the Ancient Theatre of Epidavros in early July. In collaboration with the State Theatre of Northern Greece, they will have two performances of the Bacchae by Euripides on the 10th and 11th of July, which I'm delighted to recommend to you. And a few words about our success in the latest Eurovision contest. My warmest congratulations to Dara, a very talented young singer who have become world known just in a few days. She even gave a reason for the newspaper with the largest circulation in Europe the German built to publish an article with 20 fascinating facts about Bulgaria. Allow me to quote some of them. Bulgaria has the oldest country name in Europe. It has been called Bulgaria continuously since 679 AD. No other country on the continent can claim anything similar. The capital of Bulgaria, Sofia, is older than Rome. Plovdiv, Bulgaria's second largest city, my Greek friends would prefer to call it Philippopolis, is considered the oldest continuously inhabited city in Europe for 7,000 years. The oldest gold treasure in the world was located in Varna on the Black Sea. It dates back 5,000 years ago. Yogurt has originated in Bulgaria. Its most important ingredient, Lactobacillus bulgaricus, which we patented later. Wine has been cultivated in Bulgarian lands for 3,000 years, making Bulgaria one of the oldest wine regions in the world. Musically, Bulgaria has much more to offer than Bangaranga, the Eurovision winning song. The Bulgarian women's choir, Le Mystère des Voix Bulgare, won a Grammy in 1989. Even aliens listen to Bulgarian music. Bulgarian folklore song was sent into space on the Voyager Golden Record in 1977, along with records by Mozart and Bach. The first computer, a Bulgarian, John Atanasov, a US scientist of Bulgarian origin, built the world's first digital electronic computer between 1937 and 1942, together with Clifford Berry. Silicon Valley would be a technological wasteland without Bulgaria. I think Bill has overdone it a little bit this time. But let me say, excellent job, Dara. No Bulgarian diplomat could ever make the biggest German newspaper say such niceties about Bulgaria. Dear Greek friends, we live in an era of great reshuffles and fluidity, where stable alliances are becoming few and precious. Within this international environment, the geopolitical value of our partnership is highlighted even more. Our relations have a solid ground, our common values and our strong belief in a democratic international system based on international law. Our continuous efforts have brought our relations to a historical high. These were the goals that I have pursued during my humble mission to Greece, and I would like to wholeheartedly thank the Greek government, the members of the Greek parliament, the governmental offices and agencies for their support and kind assistance. Σας ευχαριστώ από τα βάση της καρδιάς μου. I would like to thank the team of the Bulgarian Embassy for their professional and hard work during the last few years, of course under my able guidance, towards which they have shown remarkable patience, and I thank them for that. Allow me also to thank the main sponsor of this event, Cloud Office, a Bulgarian high-tech company investing in Greece. Dear friends, once Socrates was asked, what is the most precious of all things in life? His answer was, to have a true friend. Inspired by this line of wisdom, allow me to finish my speech by saying, Zito η Βουλγαρία, zito η Ελλάδα, zito η φιλία μεταξύ Βούλγαρων και Ελλήνων. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Your Excellencies, dear ambassadors, esteemed guests, dear friends in the Greek government, in the Hellenic Parliament. First of all, we should all congratulate Bulgaria upon your success in Eurovision. You made all us in the Balkan Peninsula proud, so thank you so much. It was a great song, thank you. And of course, it is with such great pleasure and appreciation that I address you today on the occasion of the celebration of the Day of Saints Cyril and Methodius. We, being Greeks, know very well about them, dear Ambassador. We were taught in school about them, what they have achieved, what they have done. The Cyrillic alphabet, the Bulgarian culture, St. George's Day, patron saint of the Bulgarian Armed Forces, all are being celebrated. A great day. And I have to say that this is a special opportunity to honor the profound historic and spiritual legacy of the Bulgarian people. Saint Cyril and Methodius were enlighteners of Europe, founders of the spiritual and cultural unity of the Slavic peoples, and enduring symbols of education, knowledge, and culture. Greece has always recognized the importance of this cultural heritage and attaches particular value to the bonds that unite our peoples through our shared historical experience, our orthodox spiritual tradition, and the enduring role of culture as a bridge of cooperation and mutual respect in the Balkans, in Europe, in the world. At a time of geopolitical challenges, of shifting international balances, preserving and promoting our cultural heritage becomes even more important, serving as a factor of stability, cohesion, and peaceful coexistence in this dystopic world. At the same time, today also holds special significance for the Bulgarian armed forces, as St. George is honored as their patron saint. Allow me to express Greece's appreciation to the men and women of the Bulgarian armed forces. Greece and Bulgaria are neighboring countries, NATO allies, and partners within the European Union, sharing common strategic interests and a common vision for a region of peace, stability, and prosperity. Our cooperation in the fields of defense and security has significantly strengthened in recent years and constitutes a model of constructive dialogue, mutual trust, and practical and sincere cooperation. Within the framework of Allied solidarity and NATO obligations, Greece actively contributes to the protection of Bulgaria's airspace, demonstrating in practice and to the high level the trust and strategic cooperation between the two countries and the two societies. Greece responded immediately and will continue doing so, dear Ambassador, to Bulgaria's request for assistance in addressing the threats Bulgaria faced as a consequences of the war in Iran. And I want to make it clear, if necessary, the necessity arises again in the future, Greece will come to the aid of Bulgaria. And I'm sure Bulgaria will do the same if needed. Greece and Bulgaria demonstrate on a daily basis that good neighborly relation, strategic cooperation, and adherence to the principles of international law can serve as pillars of peace, security, and progress for the entire region. Ladies and gentlemen, with these thoughts, I would like to extend my warmest wishes to the Bulgarian people for peace, prosperity, and progress. I wish the Bulgarian armed forces strength and success in fulfilling their noble mission. And I wish that relation between Greece and Bulgaria continue to grow stronger, founded upon our common values, historical proximity, and commitment to peace, cooperation, and stability in our troubled region. Thank you so much. Congratulations, dear Ambassador. Thank you.